Meh. Just heating up my food. Be with you in just a moment. Bork, bork, bork. Alright. Hi, how's it going? You can still see the stuff in the background there. This is just some leftovers from the last time I did a little eating show, actually. Still see my wonderful hairy legs there. There we go. That's good. If I move in a bit, you won't see that quite so much. There we go. Oh, you can see my shirt a little better now. Arrgh! Angry. This is my Dungeons and Dragons shirt. Oh, well, you can see. Can you see that? Kinda? Yeah, there you go. So that's, so once again, breaded pork chops, stir-fry veggies. This is just the sheer volume of food I made last time. There's literally enough for 2 meals. Just as good when it's left over. So yes, I'm literally having an entire dinner at 2:45 in the morning. Because that's just the way I roll. You know? That's just the way I do things around here in Zaranyzerak land. Is anybody still alive over there? Not seeing any chat happening. Is anybody even awake anymore? I know this stream's been going on really long. I finished the original God of War earlier. Stoud's awake! Yay! Yay, Stoud man! Good old reliable Stoud. Always there till the bitter end. Oh. Doing some very manly activities, apparently. Hi, Great Red Shark. Did you change the spelling of your name because we kept calling you Greatered Shark? Or were we just misreading it all this time? This could have been warmed up a little more, but whatever. It's still good. So I think this is the final boss, if I'm not mistaken. So we may actually finish 2 games in one night, which is kind of cool. I'm thinking after finishing the second Ratchet & Clank here, we're going to take a little break from Ratchet & Clank and just kind of focus on the other games for a little while. Basically because I want to get going on the Halloween game stuff. I want to have a good stock of horror games ready to go for Halloween well in advance so that, you know, I can focus on other Halloween videos in the meantime. So once I kind of get those under control, then we can carry on with some more Ratchet & Clank. I do have all the Ratchet & Clanks now, by the way. I got the rest of them in a recent PSN sale. So I now have all 9 games that are on the PS3. So pretty cool. There's a few of them that I've never played, actually, so looking forward to that. Wow. Why did I heat up so much food? Oh well. It will all be in my stomach soon, and then by tomorrow, it will all be poop. I do like the broccoli. It's really good with the teriyaki sauce. Got a nice variety of veggies there. Now you can see the veggies all glistening. I wish this camera would focus a little better. I don't know why it doesn't, but whatever. Like, this side is beautiful and didn't focus. This side is not. I don't know why. I still don't know. We get a better... If I move this over into the nice focus area. There you go. See? And you can see things a little better. Very nice. Alright, I'm actually just going to heat these up for just a couple more minutes. Not quite warm enough, so... Whoops. Earlier this evening, for Rosie and I made us, I got such a huge volume of ground beef that it's far more than I need to make my meaty pasta, so I made us burgers tonight. Some wonderful burgers. Basically, took the burger meat, mixed in some Knorr onion soup mix, and some more of that lovely garlic powder that I like. Just smushed it all in together, and some fresh ground pepper as well. Made 4 burgers. Got us some Kraft Singles cheese slices, and some just plain burger buns. Oh, well, that explains it. It says he found access to an old account when one he was using stopped working at Zaranyzerak. Just meaning that comment is directed to me. Cool. So yeah, pretty cool. So basically at the moment just kind of looking to do a shit ton of games just to get the weekly gaming posts on YouTube back under control. I was kind of losing running out of episodes of all of them, so they're pretty good. So those of you watching on YouTube, part 3 of Fatal Frame will be up very soon this week. Fatal Frame 2, that is. So we'll probably be getting back to playing that soon. Get some more episodes in the can. Probably going to wait a bit before we play God of War 2, because that's good to go for the next few weeks, just from the past few nights' marathon playthroughs. And my food is ready. I'll be right back. Okay. Well, judging from the scaldingly hot bottom of the plate, I'd say this is plenty hot enough now. Excellent. Oh yeah, that's much better. Much better. Been reading a lot of Doctor Who lately, actually. Working on the, finally starting work on the story-by-story reviews of the classic series of Doctor Who. Those of you who are into it, like I am. So I'm reading the, oh, no, it's really hot. So I'm reading the Target Books novelizations, and then watching the corresponding story. And part of the story review will be kind of comparing the differences between the novelization and the televised version. Now, a lot of them will just be kind of, I know, are just kind of straight up adaptations, but there are some that actually have some pretty significant differences. So that's something that I'll be talking about. So if all goes according to plan, those should be starting next week, and then be basically bi-weekly. One every 2 weeks, just to give me time to read the book and watch the episodes, watch all the extras. Stuff like that. And then the alternating weeks will be other Doctor Who related stuff. At the moment I'm talking about a lot of the comics. So So basically, as far as Doctor Who goes, I'm doing a shit ton of reading right now, actually. Reading comics, reading books. Just read till your eyeballs fall out. No, it's good stuff. I'm actually in the middle of reading the novelization of the Daleks. This is the first ever appearance of the Daleks. And it's very different from the televised version. It was actually the first Doctor Who book ever written. Like the first novelization. Well, and I guess the first Doctor Who book ever. So what it has at the beginning is a recounting of how the Doctor, Susan, Ian, and Barbara originally met. However, the recounting in that book is completely different. Like, completely different from how it happened in the show. So it's like an alternate universe version of how they all met. Nice thing about veggies, you can eat a pile of them and not feel like a pig. There you go. So quiet in here tonight. The chat was a lot livelier earlier when I was playing God of War. I don't know why. Probably because it's hella late and everybody's tired. And all the folks in the UK haven't woken up yet. I do love these pork chops. Can you tell? Like almost every eating video I do is pork chops. I swear I'll do other foods at some point. Uh-oh. Yeah, I know Skinslip passed out. He passed out before God of War was done. Oh, Mia did too, eh? Wow. Been keeping everybody up too late. Finally caught up to them. But Stoudman, I know, is a trooper. He stays up. Like, sleep is optional for Stout. Worm Disease says he's not happy with how Amazon handles Doctor Who DVDs the past few weeks. How so? What's been going on? The only issue I had recently with a Doctor Who related order was when I was all excited that I thought I got a really good deal on Mission to the Unknown, the first of 2 books adapting the Daleks Master Plan. So I placed the order. It was like $20, which is just a ridiculously good price for that book. It's one of the more expensive ones to find on the aftermarket. And they canceled the order like the next day because it turned out they didn't actually have it in stock. And I'm like, well, fuck. So it's now one of 2 books I need to complete my run of every single William Hartnell story. So still a few I'm waiting to arrive in the mail. But yeah, it's frustrating. So I know it's going to be a pain to get that last book. I'm probably just going to end up shelling out a stupid amount of money for it at some point. I got this one for $1. I got this one for $2. I got this one for $3. And I got this one for $57. Oh, okay, well that's not that, it's not as early as I thought over there. 10:58 a.m. Alrighty. Alrighty. But I imagine it's a different day of the week for you, isn't it? It's currently Thursday the 28th here. I always get confused with the whole Dateline thing. I never can't remember. Do you gain a day? Do you lose a day? I think you guys are in the future. I can't remember. It's Thursday the 28th. However, it's currently 3 in the morning. Well, 2:59 specifically. Oh, interesting. The Chronological Man, eh? Thursday the 28th. Oh, okay, so it's still the same date, just a little bit later. That's only like an 8-hour difference. That's actually not as huge a difference as not as big a difference as I thought. Cool. Maybe it depends where you are in the UK too, because I'm sure the UK is massive, so I'm sure it has at least a couple of time zones in it. It's a very large place. You could not walk across it. Well, maybe eventually, but it would need to be like a life's project. That is beautiful. Put it on the focused side. There you go. Nice and crispy on the bottom. Oh yeah, that's good. Oh. Alright, never mind then. Considering how much British television I watch, you'd think I'd be better versed on such things. Excuse me. It's all the garlic. It's good for the heart, but it makes you fart. What did I watch today? Today, I don't know that I'm going to do a video about it, but today I watched Hackers, the Shout Factory 20th Anniversary Blu-ray that recently came out. I love this movie. It's so much fun. And while it is a little bit dated in terms of the, computer specs that they talk about in it, in terms of the, I guess, the spirit of the technology, it really isn't. So what'd you use there, Stout? Duct tape and staples? As long as you keep your legs closed, it'll be fine. Hack the planet, that's right. I love Matthew Lillard's character in that as serial killer. He's just like the stereotypical goofy hippie friend, Hack the planet. And young gothy Angelina Jolie. How can you go wrong there? So yummy. The pork chop's good too. Hey, Toon Man's here. Welcome. I guess where you are, it's 6 in the morning. This is, for the veggies, is teriyaki sauce. Yeah, this is actually leftovers from my eating show the other night. Was it last night? I think it was last night. If you're watching this on YouTube, I have no idea when it will be in relation to the previous one. Having slept, and therefore it's a new day. What, some what? Oh, teriyaki sauce? Yeah, I like to use it for veggies and, well, basically anytime I make a stir fry, I usually use teriyaki sauce. Got soy sauce as well, which I usually use for fried rice. I just did a big Costco run. Well, not big, but you know, a decent Costco run. Got a huge bag of frozen veggies, and already had a bunch of teriyaki sauce. So just a good all-around side to pretty much anything. Stir fry up some frozen veggies with teriyaki. There you go. Your meal is now healthy. Oh, nice. Clash of the Titans and Jason the Argonauts. I actually just rewatched both of those myself recently, like in the past couple months, showing them to Rosie for the first time. And she really enjoyed them. She especially liked Clash of the Titans because she loves Pegasus and Medusa. Yes, apart from the sodium. Yeah, I wasn't overly thrilled with the remake of Clash of the Titans. Honestly, I don't even remember much about it. That's how thrilled I was. I remember liking Wrath of the Titans more. I think mainly because it was a new story that we hadn't seen before. So it got bonus points for being more original. Yes, Great Red Shark, I definitely do. I think Gothic women are the most beautiful women on the face of the earth. Yeah, to me, Eugenics, the remake of Clash of the Titans, just didn't have the same kind of, I don't know, magic as the original, you know? It was just another CG fest, you know? Yeah, honestly, I don't remember much about Wrath of the Titans either. I just remember I liked it better. So, not much I can say about it. Really, I did not know that, Toon Man. I really try to curb the amount of sodium that I put into things. Like, I don't add salt whenever I... hey, Mortal Darwin, how's it going, buddy? I don't add salt whenever I cook anything. Yeah, like, I have one box of, like, table salt that I've had for probably a decade, and it's not even half empty. That's how little salt I use for things. And the only thing I use that for is, like, if I make French fries or popcorn, and that's pretty much it. Like, literally, that is it. Yeah. Made Medusa look like a bombshell. Well, you know, I mean, it's interesting because there's a few different ways you can take the original story of Medusa. As I mean, one of the big aspects of it was she was very vain, and thought that she was more beautiful than Aphrodite, and that's why she was turned into the Gorgon, was so that, well, okay, you can be beautiful, but if anybody looks at you, they're going to turn to stone. So it's entirely possible to have a beautiful interpretation of Medusa as well. It still fits in with that story. The other side of the story is that part of your punishment is you will be so hideous that your hideousness will turn men to stone. But generally, it's the gaze of Medusa that does it. She looks at you, you make eye contact with her, basically. You turn to stone. Try to buy, yeah, the less salt versions of things like sauces and canned vegetables, yeah. Yeah, sorry, worm disease. That was long. What was long? Where... Did I miss your comment? Sorry, we got kind of sidetracked there. No, I didn't see. You didn't respond. I said, I asked you if I just asked what happened with your Amazon order. Oh, you meant it was a long wait. Never mind. That's okay if you're doing other stuff, whatever. Best way to tap Medusa is just wear a blindfold and have sexy snake time. There you go. Just watch your, running your fingers through her hair. No. I don't understand where Amazon's warehouse tracking system. Yeah, I don't know either. I mean, I order stuff from Amazon all the time, and I just kind of have a general sense of how long orders generally take. So that's just kind of where I go. Is like, well, I know that this will take about, 4 days, or this will take 2 weeks, or whatever. And I just kind of keep an eye out. Is original Clash? I was gonna say, what do you mean Chash? Chash? Clash of the Titans streaming anywhere? Yeah, I think it is actually. I don't know about other cable systems, but I know I saw it on the on-demand service that my cable service has. So it's entirely possible it may be on others. Yeah, it's out there. It makes the rounds. Wow, Ojunix, this conversation has become very strange. I'm gonna have to put an age restriction on this video now. Is there a word restriction? Because it doesn't seem like my response showed up on your end. No. Well, I mean, there's some restrictions. I don't know that they would. Yeah, I didn't see. I didn't see your response at all there, Worm Disease. Really? I don't know. Oh, if there's a link in it, that might be a problem. It might have blocked it for having a link. That's the only thing I can think of. As far as I'm aware, there aren't any restrictions. Or it could just be Twitch being Twitch. Yeah, maybe if you break it up into a couple of comments instead of one massive one, it might have been a length thing. I don't know. I'll keep this going until we get your response, just so that future generations will know what the answer was. It's important that these things be marked for history, Oh, I'll try. All right. You might be, if you see it, you might be able to just copy and paste portions of it instead of having to retype the whole thing. Well, fairness, if you want me to watch myself or go in conversation, I can always step back on odd thoughts or certain topics that you want. So, I don't care. I mean, I'm pretty much impossible to offend. I've seen and heard it all, man. I've been around the block. So, yeah. It don't bother me. Sexy snake time. Oh yeah. Rule 34. Yeah, well, I think a lot of us do. Only some of us are ballsy enough to admit it. Yep. There's some things I would rather not see that get Rule 34'd, but there's other things that, oh yeah. So that's what that would look like if those fictional characters had sex. I'll be right back. I just need a refill on my agua. Whoops, am I knocking things over? into the well-focused area. Kinda. Strawberries! Over here, yes, we are all a little bent. The Doctor Who DVD that was delayed was actually out of stock. Oh, so the same thing happened to you that happened with the book, the Doctor Who book I was trying to get. Yeah, I hate it when that happens. When that happens, often it's because the seller is using a drop shipper, so they don't actually personally stock the items. But, you know, they take the orders and then they send the order off to the drop shipper, and the drop shipper packages it and sends it. It's a very common way to do things nowadays. So it allows pretty much anybody to be a seller without having to actually stock any items. It's all stocked by the drop shipper. So sometimes, you know, the trick with that is keeping your listings up to date. Sometimes they'll, you know, a listing will slip and it'll actually be out of stock. They haven't checked it, and that happens. So I tend to be forgiving when that happens, because I used to do that sort of thing. Like I dabbled in drop shipping a little bit many moons ago, and yes, strawberries were on sale, so I got some strawberries. It was 2 for $5 for a couple packages of them. So, so damn good. Damn, you're getting healthy. Well, you know, they say if you want to be healthy, eat a rainbow every day. There you go. Because, you know, natural foods are very colorful. So, yeah. Oh, nice. Well, that's good. At least you get something you needed for your collection. So are you still, like, how close are you to completing the set? Like, are you only a few away, or... 'Cause I know you were going like gangbusters for a while there. Yeah. Well, it's particularly annoying when that happens when you've placed the order. You place the order, and then they come back and say, oh, actually, it's not in stock, sorry. Really? They're not actually berries. What are they? Poultry? This is some good chicken. Always be careful not to eat the little green bit there. I know some people don't care, but I don't know. I don't like it. I don't like it. I just like the red part. I saw it's a different kind of strawberry where it was like, I think it was like purple or something, or white, and apparently tasted just the same as a normal strawberry. It was just different genetics. Ah. Yes. Sugar on strawberries is very good. Like people who eat the tails of shrimp. Yeah, those people are weird. Or Japanese. Apparently in Japan they don't really care. They just eat the whole damn thing. Or maybe that's China. So, well, then again, in China they also like to eat bugs, so take that as you will. What? Oh, that's bullshit. Got the DVD in 2 days, had to wait 2 weeks to find out the movie was also out of stock, so couldn't take advantage of the credit, and saw the movie now has gone up like $50. That fucking sucks. Yeah, that really sucks. Oh, strawberries are actually considered aggregate fruits, whatever the hell that is. Yes, indeed. Is it like a gestalt fruit of some kind? I don't know. Because there are wild strawberries. I know because I've had them before. They're really small, but also really sweet and yummy. Really? That's so strange. I wouldn't think of that. Is Moonbase good to get because of vidfire issues? Were there vidfire issues with that? I wasn't aware of any. I know the Invasion had some issues with the NTSC version, where it wasn't quite interlaced correctly. However, if you're watching it on a deinterlaced display, I don't think you're going to notice any problem. Like, I've watched it, and I didn't see any problems with it. But I was watching it on a non-interlaced display, so... Was I there for the Christmas when you did bacon fondue? I don't think so. That doesn't sound familiar. I'm sure I would have remembered that. Yeah, I didn't notice any issues with the Moonbase. I would say get it. I mean, it's worth it just to have the 2 animated episodes. And it's a great story. That was one of the earliest... I think that was the earliest Cyberman story I ever experienced. In that case, it was through the novelization, which was just called Doctor Who and the Cybermen. Plus, if you get the Patrick Troughton Lost in Time set, you will also get those, the 2 vid-fired episodes of the Moonbase as well. So, if there is any problem with the Moonbase release, you'll have a non-problematic version on the Patrick Troughton set. So, take that as you will. Thought I heard something. Oh, God. What am I hearing over there? Thought I heard something behind me. Maybe I should put the camera up there so you guys can see if there's anything behind me. There we go. Maybe I'm just getting paranoid because it's late. Oh, great. All it does is get more out of focus. That's wonderful. Wow. My 1080p webcam, ladies and gentlemen. Yes, Godzilla is passed out. Oh, well. What was that? That was me. It could be just a, like a moth or something. They bash into the walls and stuff because they're dumb. Stupid moth. Managed to snag New Beginnings. Nice. From Who Shop before it disappeared. For the cheapest, I read that the non-animated episodes are fine, but there's a frame rate or something that's barely noticeable in the other episodes. Lost Collection sounds like the best bet. Oh. I don't know. I'm trying to remember. I don't think I've actually watched the DVD release of the Moonbase. I picked it up, but it was after I had just recently watched the Lost in Time versions of the episodes, and then watched fan telesnap reconstructions for the 2 missing episodes. So I don't think I've... Oh, no, wait a minute. No, I did watch it. I did watch the anime one, because I remembered, because I wanted to check it out, because it was one of my early Cybermen stories. I didn't notice any issues. So, I don't know what to tell you. as I say, that may be something that you would only notice on an interlaced display, like a CRT television, like one of those. But on a high-def display, you wouldn't notice because it's not interlaced. Like, I've noticed that before, like DVDs where there's been interlacing issues with the encoding. Looks fine on a computer screen or a high-def TV, so. Oh, sorry, did you have some other questions? Oh, there we go. Oh, Junix asked, I was curious, does Rosie watch Steven Universe or Gravity Falls? We have not watched Steven Universe yet, but we are both huge fans of Gravity Falls. We've seen most of them. There's still a few episodes we haven't seen. But, yeah, I love Gravity Falls, and so does she. We both think it's both hilarious and brilliant. Love it. I really wish that Disney would get off their ass and just put out a complete series Blu-ray set of it, please. So, until then, we have TV rips, basically, to enjoy. And that Ojunix also said it looks like Godzilla is taking a dirt nap. And, well, that was the previous question. Okay, there we go. Cool. Yeah, sorry, I did miss that. It's a little difficult when I'm seeing the little chat here. I don't know if I can I increase the size of it at all? Oh. Oh, look at that. I can. Alright, there we go. That's a little better. I don't like how it has like half a line at the top there, though. How if we do that? That looks a little better. Yeah. Yeah. Just leave it like that. And it's not chopping off people's names, either. That was kind of annoying. So last time I counted, I think I have around 30 stories maybe yet to get. I've overlooked some somehow until I kept going through your videos a few times to make sure. Cool. Well, that's pretty good. I mean, that's not a disrespectful amount at all, considering there's like what 100 and I did a count a while ago. I think it's like 126 volumes, something like that. So you got darn near 100 then. That's pretty impressive. That is very respectable. It really is a massive undertaking to get that whole collection. Like, I honestly, I'm still not fully believing that I got them all. Because it was a collection that I've noticed that, yes, there are a few that seem to have, I don't know if they came back in stock or what's going on. Like, I have no idea what is going on with those DVDs right now. It just seems like they keep dropping in and out of print, and there's no rhyme or reason to it. We're not getting any official word on what's actually happening. I have no idea what's going on. If Amazon just opened a crate and found a big stack of them and suddenly they were able to offer them at regular price again, like, I don't know what's going on. So I'd say if you see them cheap, grab them while you can. But, yeah, very cool. So, yeah, no, that's awesome. I mean, that's kind of what I did when I first started collecting, was I focused on some of my favorites. I focused on the multi-doctor stories and just a few that were personally significant to me first. And then I started focusing primarily going by doctor, so just starting with the first doctor and working my way forward. And then in between then, I would also just grab, like, the cheaper ones to kind of fill out some orders. And by total fluke, it turns out a lot of the cheaper ones that I got were the ones that were in that first batch that went out of print, as were some of the multi-doctor stories, well, the two doctors in particular. But a lot of the two-part stories were dirt cheap. They were like $10 or less US, so I grabbed pretty much all the two-parters, and then almost all the two-parters went out of print almost immediately, so I was like, well, glad I got those then. So for a while, the only Fifth Doctor stories I had were a bunch of the two-parters and the 5 Doctors, and that was it. And then I was lucky because one of my viewers liked to make a quest of looking for out-of-print videos or DVDs for low prices, so he hunted down a good chunk of the other ones that I needed, and then that was that. And in the end, the only actual out-of-print one that I needed to shell out for was Battlefield, which I lucked out and found for $50 on Amazon, because how do I know if they'll play? Because I've played them all. I've watched, I'd say, about 90% of them. Like, you have no idea how often I actually rewatch Doctor Who. Yeah, and yeah, everything I bought was new as well, except for the original release of the Three Doctors, which I bought used because it was cheaper. And I wanted that because it has an extra on it, like a panel discussion with Katie Manning and John Pertwee, which is not on the special edition version, so I wanted to get that. Now, that said, the program itself doesn't play, but I was able to do a partial rip where I was at least able to watch the extra. So far, that's the only one that I had any problems with. And when I originally got them, I was actually ripping them all to the computer just to have them all together in one massive, easy-to-access archive, mainly for, you know, the purpose of rewatching and reviewing and stuff like that, just have everything, you know, quick and easy access. And I didn't have any problems with them. And I ripped every single one of them. And, yeah. I'm going to have to redo that, though. I needed the disk space, so... So, at the time, I had no problems. So, there we go. Yeah, so we'll see. Propstore.com. They auction screen-used props. I think I've seen it before. Like, that does sound familiar. And Junix, yes, we will definitely have to check out Steven Universe. I've heard a lot of good things about that. Another one I want to actually spend some time watching is Adventure Time, because I've not seen very much of Adventure Time. Alrighty, well, quick smoke break, I think, and then back to Ratchet & Clank, because I'm determined to kill this gigantic, adorable blue creature. Alright, so I will see you guys in just a wee bit, and, yes. Alrighty. See you in a little bit here, guys. Like 5 minutes. I think my mental tape got jammed in the machine. Alright, be back in just a few.